Hello everyone. In last class we have discussed negative feedback amplifier. Today we will start with a positive feedback amplifier and we will study the different types of positive feedback amplifiers. Now what is positive feedback amplifier? In last class we have seen the feedback that is this part, this part through this feedback network was subtracting from the input. In positive feedback, the feedback is in synchronization, is in same phase with input, such that if we continue to provide feedback at after some point of time, there is no requirement of input, such that feedback is sustaining the oscillation. Because of this sustaining the oscillation, this is also known as oscillator. So for any positive feedback amplifier to behave like an oscillator, it has to follow Burke-Husson criteria. Now what is Burke-Husson criteria? Burke-Husson criteria says this: the multiplication of gain and feedback factor needs to be 1, and the phase of the amplifier as well as the phase of the feedback factor has to be multiple of 2 pi. These two criteria are known as Burke-Husson criteria. It is important for any oscillator to behave like oscillation. These criteria has to be satisfied. Now based on this, there are different types of oscillators are defined. The number one is RC phase shift oscillator. Now let me show you to RC phase shift oscillator. This is the circuit of RC phase shift oscillator. Here we can see there is one common emitter amplifier. This is the one common emitter amplifier. There's 3 RC networks connected. Here from this point, the feedback is given to the input. Input means base. The feedback is taken from this path and is connected to the base, and this is the output part. Since we know one RC circuit provides a phase shift of 60 degree. So this is providing phase shift of 60 degree. This is also providing a phase shift of 60 degree. This is also 60 degree. So total 3 RC circuits are providing a phase shift of 180 degree. However, as per Burke-Husson criteria, we need a phase shift of multiple of 2 pi, so we need 360 degree. Since we know common emitter amplifiers generally provides a 180 degree phase shift. A common emitter amplifier generally provides output with the opposite phase of the input. So 180 degree phase shift is provided by common emitter. 180 phase shift is provided by these 3 RC. So total we have output of we have phase shift of 360 degree. Now in this circuit, let us take these 3 RC circuit in a separate way. So these 3 RC circuit are drawn here. This part is V0 of the amplifier. So it is connected here, V0. This is feedback, that is VF. We have to find out beta. Beta is a feedback factor. What is that? VF by VO. Feedback divided by VO. So we have to find out what is the value of beta. So what will I do? There are 3 points: VA, VB, and VF. I'll apply KCL one by one and I'll try to derive the relation between VF and V0. So first, let me apply a KCL on B point. So I have applied at VB, applying KCL at point VB. VB minus VA into SC, then VB by R plus VB minus VF into SC equals to 0. This is my first equation. Now solving this equation, we are taking VB on one side, so VBSC plus VBSC. So 2VBSC plus VB by R minus VFSC, and this VASC I am taking on the other side, equals to VASC. Now since VASC equals to, I am taking VB common. VB common means 2SC plus 1 by R minus VFSC. Therefore now dividing whole equation by SC, VA equals to VB times 2 plus 1 by RSC minus VF. This is my equation 1. Now what will I do? I will apply another KCL at point A, that is VA. So that will be VA minus V0. VA minus V0 into SC plus VA by R plus VA minus VB, VA minus V naught by SC first part, VA by R second part, VA minus VB into SC. Remember, I am taking all the outwards current, so I am taking that way. VA minus VO means current in this direction, then in this direction, and then is in this direction. So now going on to the next page. We have written this equation. Now putting the value of VA, putting the value of this VA from equation 1. What is the equation 1? VA equals to VB 2 plus 1 by RSC minus VF. Putting the value of VA from equation 1. Oh, wait. If I put the value of VA, VA's value VB times, so it will be at the place of V, I will write VB into 2 plus 1 by RSC minus VF. So here I have written VB times 2 plus 1 by RSC minus VF times 2SC plus 1 by R minus VBSC equals to VUSC. Apart from the value of VA, I have kept everything same. So I have just put the value of VA in this equation. I have named this as equation 2. Okay. So now applying KCL at this location. So applying KCL at F, VF by R plus VF minus VB into SC equals to 0. So now I have taken VF common, 1 by R plus SC, 1 by R plus SC equal to VBSC. So VB equals to VF time 1 by RSC plus 1. Now putting the value of VB in this equation 2, putting the value of VB in equation 2, this equation 2. So I'll put the value of VB, VF into 1 by RSC plus 1 into 2 plus 1 by RSC. Just value of here the value of VB I have put this VB I have put this value. So VB equals to VF 1 by RSC plus 1, then 2 plus 1 by RSC, 2 plus 1 by RSC, minus VF, 2SC plus 1 by R, then again putting the value of VB minus VF 1 by RSC plus 1 into SC equals to VOSC. What I did, I just let me show you once again. 2 VB, one is this VB and other one is this VB. Now these two values of VB needs to be replaced with this value. So I have put value of this here and value of this VB here. In the next page we can see. So here. So this has become, this equation is now changed. Now I will forward it further. I have taken all the components of VF common. I have taken VF common. So from this equation, VF's first multiplying this, so it will be 1 by RSC into 2 RSC, 1 by RSC into 1 by R, so 1 upon R square, S square, C square. So first two terms will be 2 by RSC, this multiplied with this, and this multiplied will be the second term, that is 1 upon R square, S square, C square. Let me see. 2 by, so this is 2 by RSC, 1 upon R square plus S square, R square, S square, C square. Now the second term will be 2 in the multiplication of these two terms, 2, then 1 upon RSC into 1 upon RSC into 1. So the second term will be 2 plus 1 by RSC, 2 plus 1 by RSC. Now this is as it is same, 2SC plus 1 by R. This is same, minus VF 2SC plus 1 by R minus VF upon 1 by into 1 by R plus SC equals to VOSC. Now 2 plus 1, this is 3 RSC. Now I'm multiplying these two terms. See, this is very important derivation, so you have to do it on your notebook. Process step by step. Now I'm multiplying these two brackets. So this is 2 RSC, this is 1 RSC. First I am adding these two. So this is 3 RSC, 2 RSC plus 1 RSC, that is 3 RSC. 3 RS, sorry, 1 RS, 1 divided by 2 divided by RSC plus 1 divided by RSC. So it will be 3 divided by RSC. 3 divided by RSC multiply with 2SC. It will come 6 by R. So these, first I have added these two terms and then multiplied with 2SC. So it becomes 6 by R. Then 1 upon R square S square C square multiply with 2SC. So it become sorry. First term is 2 by RSC plus 1 by RSC. These two terms I have added and multiplied with 2SC. Now the second term is the same 3 RSC. I have multiplied with 1 by R. So it become 3 upon R square SC. Then this term is multiplied with this. So it become 2 times R square SC. And then this term multiplies with 1 by R. So it become 1 upon R cube S square C square. Then 2 multiplied plus 2SC become 4SC and it becomes 2 by R. Here it is this is also minus VF, this is also minus VF, so I've added these two. So 2SC plus SC become 3SC, 1 by R becomes 2 by R equals to VOSC. Now again taking VF common from both these terms. So VF times 6 by R plus 3 R square SC plus 2 R square SC 1 upon R cube S square C square. This 2 by R and this 2 by R, these are negative, so it will be cancelled. This 2 by R will be cancelled with this 2 by R, and 4SC minus 3SC will become SC equals to VOSC. So now I'll take the ratio. First I am taking LCM here. LCM will be R cube S square C square. It will become 6 R square S square C square plus 3 RSC plus 2 RSC plus 1 plus R cube S cube C cube equal to VOSC. Now what is beta? Beta is nothing but VF by VO. Taking ratio, we will get R cube S cube C. I'm sorry, it is C cube. Wait. C cube. Then upon R cube S cube C cube plus 6 R square S square C square plus 5 RCS. Here it should be 5 RCS. 5 RSC SRC. Then this is plus 1. Now putting S equals to j omega in whole the equation, because we need to find out the frequency. If there is an oscillator, we need to find out the frequency of oscillation. So putting S equals to j omega. So as I put S equals to j omega, it becomes minus j omega cube R cube C cube minus j omega cube R cube C cube minus 6 omega square R square C square plus 5 j omega RC plus 1. Now this is beta. Since we know for Burke-Husson criteria, the condition is A into B mod of this has to be equals to 1. So in the next slide, what I am doing, since we know A or B equals to 1, I am multiplying with A here. So AB is equal to minus j omega cube R cube C cube times A, and the denominator will remain the same. I am equating this with equals to 1. I am equating this with equals to 1. So when I am equating, so this is my first equation, minus j omega cube R cube C cube times A becomes equals to minus j omega cube R cube C cube minus 6 omega square R square C square plus 5 j omega RC plus 1. Now equating real and imaginary part. Left hand side I am equating real part, and right hand side I am equating imaginary part. So what are the real parts? So this was the real part, which is left hand side there is nothing in the real part, and right hand side there is only two terms, minus 6 omega square r square c square and plus 1. So therefore 0 equals to minus 6 omega square r square c square plus 1. So omega square equal to 1 upon 6 rc square. It implies f equal to 1 upon 2 pi root 6 rc. Now equating with the imaginary part, it gives minus omega cube r cube c cube times a is equals to minus omega cube r cube c cube plus 5 omega rc. Now solving this equation, omega cancel, omega rc cancels, then a comes out to be 5 minus omega square r square c square divided by minus omega square r square c square. Now since we know omega square from this is 1 upon 6 rc square, I can put the value of omega square equals to 1 upon 6 r square c square. Putting the value of omega square equal to 1 upon 6 r square c square, it comes out to be minus 29. So it means the amplifier gain is minus 29 for the common emitter RC phase shifter oscillator, and its frequency of oscillation is f equals to 1 upon 2 pi root 6 RC. Now this is generally what type of questions are asked in the oscillator. They generally give you a circuit consists of different networks, and you have to identify what type of amplifier is this first. Secondly, you have to calculate the frequency of oscillation. So suppose if 3 RC phase shift, if you can spot 3 different RC circuits, so means it is a RC phase shift oscillator, and its frequency of oscillation can be calculated by f equals to 1 upon 2 pi root 6 RC. Now one of the second oscillator is Wien-Bridge oscillator. Wien-Bridge oscillator. This is the circuit of Wien-Bridge oscillator. In RC phase shift oscillator, we have seen RC, three CR networks. In Wien-Bridge, we see two CR, one CR in series, other CR in parallel or in tank circuit. And remember one more thing, here we are using two common emitter amplifier because these Wien-Bridge oscillator provides zero phase shift. Once this common emitter provides 180 degree phase shift. So we are using two common emitter amplifier to satisfy the criteria of our question, that is to provide the phase shift of multiple of 2 pi. Now this circuit I am drawing it on a different side. This is my circuit, one CR, this is other CR. I have drawn this upper CR I am naming is as Z1 impedance. This is my impedance Z1, and the parallel part I have named as Z2. So what is Z1? Z1 is nothing but 1 R and 1 capacitor in series, that is R plus j omega c, and Z2 means this part, which is the parallel combination of C and R, which gives by R upon 1 plus j r omega c. This is V0, this is V0, this is VF, this is VF. Again we have to calculate beta, that is VF by VO. So what is VF by VO? Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. Simple impedance, what we call the resistance divided voltage divided formula. So Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2. So VF by V0 will gives me, I am putting the value of Z1 and Z2, R upon j r omega c divided by Z1 plus Z2, R plus 1 upon j omega c and R upon r j omega c plus 1. Taking LCM, and with this I am writing this VF upon V of naught is r j omega c minus r omega square c square plus these two r j omega c will combine these 3 plus 1. So final value of VF by V naught comes out to be j r omega c divided by 3 j r omega c minus r omega square plus 1. This is beta. Since again we know for Parkinson criteria A into B is 1, therefore multiplying with A, so I multiplied and equating it's equal to 1. So when multiplying with A, it becomes A j r omega c, and making it equals to 1. So numerator multiplied with A becomes equals to denominator. So A j r omega c equals to 3 j r omega c minus r square omega square c square plus 1. So this is, since AB is equals to 1, we have multiplied with A. So A j r omega c equals to 3 j r omega c minus r square omega square c square plus 1. Again, comparing real and imaginary part. On real part, when we compare 0 equals to minus r square omega square c square plus 1, it gives us omega square equals to 1 upon r square c square. In simpler words, f comes out to be 1 upon 2 pi rc. If we compare with imaginary part, it becomes a equals to 3. Simply means, for a Wien-Bridge type of oscillator, the amplitude, the gain of the amplifier is 3 and frequency comes out to be 1 upon 2 pi rc. In general, if we talk about the practically of the oscillators, in general, RC and Wien-Bridge oscillators are used to produce the oscillator are used to make the oscillator of the order of kilohertz. Means those oscillators which generate the frequency in the order of kilohertz. However, if we have to produce an oscillator that is required to operate in the megahertz range, means we need to generate an oscillator, we need to design an oscillator that will use to generate a frequency in the range of megahertz. We use two different oscillators. These are known as Hartley and Colpitts oscillator. We will continue with these two oscillators in the next part of this video, that is Hartley and Colpitts oscillator. Thank you.